You're about to remember what it feels like to play episode 1 RACER. This is the real deal, folks. We are playing, because people always ask me this is a real N64. Now, I can't show you the cartridge because it's plugged in underneath my desk with all this crap that's on my desk set up here. But this is the best I can show you right now. This is real. It's plugged in, and you're viewing this, and it's, I guess this is like 480p glory from the component cables of an N64. Maybe not even that. But anyway, because people ask me, this is not being emulated. I am playing with a, what do you call this? The analog stick dead zone is, I think I said 17 miles in my last video. Which, by the way, if you're new here, we have already done part 1, where we did the supposed amateur pod racing circuit. The circuit with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races in it. And we have a few more to go, so I will probably make separate videos. But you're not here just for the sake of this game. You're here, probably, at least half of you, according to my statistics, are here because you're trying to relive your childhood just like I am. I have all my old consoles, and retro games are back, my friends. So we are going to be playing a lot of those. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Who are we? We could stick to Anakin. We can maybe move around. Let's try this one. Just because, something different. Like I said, you're going to want to watch part 1. Most of this is just me waxing poetic about nostalgia. Because the game itself is, though amazing, it's the feelings we're after, right? At least it is for me. Now, there's plenty of retro games on this, and I will be making more, like I said, but I also play modern. I have all sorts of consoles, and I do try to play them on the original hardware. I don't have anything against emulations. Emulators? I'm just saying that I feel like we've done this race already. Or there's just a different version, like a longer version of the same race. I guess that happens in more than a few times, right? But as I was saying, you are watching this, and the game itself is in 4:3 aspect ratio, just like it would be if you were playing on an old CRT TV back in the day, which is what I played on. 12 feet away from a 14-inch little square, back when my eyes were actually good, and I didn't need these glasses. Anyway, woo! I'm feeling more and more like I clicked on the wrong one. Did it change? It did change. Okay. So, I believe the way OBS Studio here is rendering on my computer, is rendering this video, it's going to be a 2K upload, so 1440p. Check your YouTube settings. But having said that, the input, since I am using a real Nintendo 64 and this is not emulated, so you're seeing this glorious grainy picture, this is how it looks. So to get 480p on the gameplay, you'll need to be watching it in the highest resolution that you can, given your internet speeds and all of that. Most people watch on their phones. By the way, I have so many viewers, but very few subscribers, so I would greatly the statistics are like outrageous. Like more than 90% of my viewers, and people seem to like this stuff because there's plenty of watch time, they're not sticking around to subscribe. So if you've been here longer than a minute and you like the rantings of an old millennial, please help me out and like, comment, and definitely subscribe and come back for more, because I have all sorts of content for you guys, and I like to give little tidbits of things that I learned when I was actually playing this. They come from my heart, from my head, from my soul, from my liver sometimes. And little tidbits, things you didn't think you wanted to know, and in some cases things that you didn't care to know. I will let you know of all of them. If I remember them. Because the last time I played this game was when it released, and I can't even remember when it released. Star Wars Episode 1 released in May of 99. You can check me up on that. May 19th. That's like a Star Wars day. I remember standing in line to watch this damn thing because, oh man, we grew up with the old Star Wars, the original trilogy, and when this came back, man, I remember even Lay's and Pepsi couldn't keep their hands off Star Wars merchandise. I remember, like going to, I don't know, choose your favorite, a Burger King, for example, would have Pepsi products. And I remember trying to collect all the Pepsi products or buying them at the store. And, there was a Darth Maul, there was an Anakin, there was a Sebulba, there was, you name it. All the merchandise was everywhere. Lay's. You remember Lay's potato chips? Those freaking terrible potato chips? Please go ahead and lambast me in the comments. Let me know what your favorite potato chip is. But back in the day, when Star Wars was coming out, they put these little 3D, little holographic things in there when you got a bag of Lay's potato chips because it had all the Star Wars stuff on it. And, man, what a time to be alive, right? I remember all that stuff. Anyway, this game, I don't remember if it came out before or if it came out shortly after. Things eventually got so ridiculous a little later in the future. We're still talking about the past here, but just later than 99. They started to release games like the day of or the day before the movies premiered, and people would get angry because by this time the internet had caught on with people spoiling games. I just crashed into that wall. They would spoil it, and I remember the Xbox, which I have a playlist of this particular game, Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. That's where you get to be a Jedi. Anakin and Obi-Wan do the campaign. But anyway, I remember when that game of the official game of the movie came out, and it came out like one day before the movie did, and there were already people who finished it because they got it at midnight and they finished the whole stinking game, and they were like, this has literal cutscenes from the movie itself and you've just ruined my entire movie experience. I was like, well, why the hell did you? Well, I guess that's up to you. But yeah, people were angry. Anyway, what the hell was I even saying? Oh, this game almost certainly came out just after the movie, and I remember playing, not that it gives away the movie, but it gives away pod racers and stuff like that if you really care about all those guys. Oh, I got one engine and I'm twirly whirling. We love this damn thing. We played this thing so much. My brother and I, because we had a Sega Genesis for a long time, from like Christmas '94 until we waited a few years after the N64 came out. We had other friends who had the N64, but when we bought the N64, it was bundled with this game. So this is the first N64 game that my brother and I owned. And so, as with any new console that you own, you end up playing the first game that you own so much because you don't have anything else yet to play. So we played the hell out of this game, and we tried to beat all the records. And if you watch the last video, part 1 or circuit 1, whatever, I don't know what I'm going to title these videos yet, there's records that my brother set back in like the first month of having this game, and we've never beaten those records. And honestly, I don't know that I want to beat those records because there's a record of my brother having played this game, which he lives far away now, which is fine. We all miss him. If you're watching this, your records are still in here. It's still annoying to try to beat Slide Paramita, if you remember Slide Paramita. What a fast fucker that guy is. Yeah. All those records are still in here. So that's kind of amazing. Woo! How many times have I crashed? Twice? This is the last lap, so we're almost done here. Alright. How do you know this is a different video? Because my hat's changed, and I changed my lighting. I've got, what do you guys think of the LED lights? I can change colors and stuff. Just go with standard, turn on the back of lights. Behind me, no need for that. But, possibilities. Tinto Pagalis. Pagalis. Nice little song. I'm assuming that's Watto, just messing around in the in Watto's shop. Howler Gorge. All right, we're gonna change. I think we might just go back to Anakin, only because. Nah. You know what? Mars Guo it is. Okay. I don't know if. Okay, let's do this, because when you go into the buy parts, I haven't actually verified this. Oh, by the way, I like looking around in these menus. Like part of the nostalgia factor isn't just playing the game. You can go on YouTube and find a million different people, different channels playing this game in better resolution and all that crap. But something simple like menus just take you back, right? Who the hell is that? I think it's Bull's Roar. But like, just chilling in here. Like, there's so much more to games than just the gameplay itself, obviously. There's menus, there's different things, and it's changed. The stylings have changed over time so much. And just simple things like this bring you back. If you listen, there's a hum. You hear that? Maybe not. There's like that hologram humming noise in the background. And it is, I promise you, it's part of this game. It's not your refrigerator, although your refrigerator is probably doing it as well. But just the sound effects in this game, amazing.
Change your mind.
Top speed. Let's see. What do we want to do? When the pod racer is bigger, I don't know that they have like weights and stuff on the pod racers. Traction is good. Buy that one. Do I have the money for this? All right. Turning increased. Can I get better acceleration? Oh, hell yeah. All right. We're doing good there. How about... That's a lot of money. That's 14,000. I've got 984. So at this point... Hope you're hearing me well. I have to adjust my volumes for different games, different systems, because the inputs are all different. So hopefully the game sound is not like way louder than my microphone right in front of me sound, and you can hear me just fine. Anyway, so what I didn't know was if you upgrade one of your pod racers, like when you change vehicle, like you're not just doing Anakin Skywalker, if it actually helps all the other ones. And I don't actually know the answer, but we're picking different characters just for the sake of different visuals in the game. So if I play horrible or horribly, well, it's your fault. Because I'm doing it for the viewers, my friends.
This may be the future of pod racer racing, folks, so take a good look. No cables!
Announcer guy is epic. Oh, I missed the little boost thing. Oh yeah, this feels so different. Yeah. This is a heavy pod racer. Woo! Not to mention, I can't tell if there's like because it's a snowy, icy level, if there's like a little bit of sliding around or not. This is different. So they take the same venues, the same race tracks, and they just add pieces to them, right? They just become more difficult, longer. Ooh, I almost hit the ceiling. I know you can hit the ceiling. You can get so much speed that you hit the ceiling of that cave. Break off some stalactites. Whoa. Okay, big jump here. Whoa, I don't remember that in the first one. I think that would break you. Whoa, okay. The Mars Guo sounds, man. Okay, oh, you can do this. You can do this. Oh, I led up to it and everything. Oh, that's the back view. Yeah. Yeah, man, if you're here for amazing gameplay, I'm rusty. Okay? I'm still decent, but I'm rusty. And, yeah, like I said, 20-something years without playing this game. I'm just, like, running into crap. Oh, you can hit the flag. Wow. Oh, you can hear the... Did you hear the little noise of the flag was waving, flapping in the wind? Yeah, if you speed through that, you absolutely smack that cross piece there. Absolutely. Do a little repair. You know, this game, now that I realize it, probably is the single biggest reason why I make weird noises as a child. You know, if it's not just mild tism. Oh, that was so close again. Alright, alright, okay. Can't get around that without absolutely smacking. If you hit the brake and the slide button at the same time, you can kind of do like a sharper turn. But obviously you slow down a lot to do that, and if you still smack a wall, it kind of defeats the purpose of you having tried it. And you can fly on this one. If you don't pull up there, you'll just land, you'll just fall to your death all the way down in that abyss there. Alright. Yeah, you can absolutely speed through there. Woo! I haven't purposely caught my engine on fire like I have in the past. To show you how to repair, there's just fire coming off the sides of your engines. Yeah, you can hear that there's a flag sound effects. Just that was wind flapping noises. If we go through, I'm going to show you. Bam! That's how you do it. Like I said before in lap 2, if you speed boost through there and you've got enough speed because your character's upgraded enough, then bam, there's all sorts of things like that in this game where they do that. If my mic is going out, if it's sounding a little bit wonky, it's always in lap 3 because that's when the music comes on. And if YouTube has any sort of copyright issues with John Williams' music playing, then I will have to manually, unfortunately, take it out within YouTube Studio. And what happens is that the microphone starts to sound weird as well. So that will go away as soon as whatever song is playing is over, which presumably you won't even hear if there's a copyright issue. Because again, I will have taken it out by then. So, I don't know if me talking over it is going to actually help. Probably not. It knows. Oh, yeah, I didn't make it. I didn't pull up enough. The icy part definitely makes you slip and slide around. Oh no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah! There's no one even close to me. Well, I don't know that. I don't think they're close to me. So again, I'm a very small channel here. I don't think I've got, at the time of this recording, I'm like right at 100 subscribers or something like that. And so I would appreciate getting the word out, you know, subscribing, helping me in the algorithm. Liking, commenting, what's your favorite Star Wars game? Who's your favorite character in this game if you played it? Would you play this game? If you're probably not watching anymore, if you're already disinterested, it's been 20 minutes. But I did want to show everyone, I just won whatever pod racer that was. Who dat? So you do unlock specific pod racers. You start with like 6, and by the time you're done, you've got, I don't know, 15? Doug Derby. This is Elon Musk's favorite. Let's go ahead and change and get something a little different. Dud Bolt, Casgano, Clegg Holdfast. There are ones that definitely don't. Oh man, the traction is insane on this one. All right, Bullseye Navoir. Let's go. Start the race.
The current record holder for this track is Neva Key.
Neva Key. I haven't broken a record in this game in so long. We set them so long ago, and I am past my prime in terms of in terms of trying to get these records. Man, you have to have a fully decked out. All the stats are good. Oh, I did a little shortcut there. Have your stats completely padded out, maxed out, and then you go back to old racetracks just to try to beat the crashing into things to try to beat the old records. But you know, between my brother and I, more than 25 years ago playing this game, I'm sure we've already done our best 1,000 times. And there's no way we're beating those. So that was 58 seconds. Just about 58 seconds on lap 1. Lap 1 is because you have to start from, you know, not moving. Is never your best lap. Because you're already going through the finish line to start lap 2 on your... Why am I explaining this? It's a racing game. You all know racing games. You get to lap 2, and your second lap time is always better by a couple seconds because you're speeding through the finish line rather than starting from a dead stop. So we used to laugh all the time that when anyone speaks in this game, it's got to be just throwing out insults because they only ever say anything when they crash into something, and you know what. When something bad happens, it's probably not good words coming out. But they're all, you know, alien languages. They're all from different planets, different star systems even. Ooh. Some of them are huts, like Sebulba. And I guess Anakin knows the language in Tatooine of the huts. The Toydarians, like Watto, Troy Dampner. Ooh, I remember some of the names. Ooh, yeah, you start to learn the... You've got a map up there telling you where the next big turn is. And the tighter it gets, the dots are closer together. There we go. Nice. Yeah, my third lap was the best. Always getting better, right? That was Bullseye Navoir, the pod. Yeah. Toy Damner. He's a Toydarian as well. Ordi Bana. Scrappers Run. Now I'm definitely getting into territory that I don't remember. But these races get harder. All right, we are gonna go back to Anakin because you gotta see him at least once in the video, right? Let's get some upgrades. Let's buy some parts. What I really want is some decent acceleration. That's worth a lot for that little bit. Let's see what else we can get. No, none of those increase. I may get that one. Let's see what else we have. Air brake. The quicker you slow down, the better you're turning, right? That's a good one. Let's get that air brake. Sometimes speed is how quickly you slow down, not how quickly you just flat out go. All right, we've got a pretty good pod racer so far. All right, let's start. The look of this game, even though it's...
Record holder for this track is...
But it didn't say. The audio just kicked out or what? All right. So in the special race, this is the one in the Abyss where the special invitational, if you saw the last video toward the end, there is a race that I was never able to get even third place on to get a flag, a ribbon for my for this game. And to this day, I have first place on every single flag, and everyone knows if they played this game, the Abyss. What a horrible level. It is on this planet system, Ordibana, where where the level for the Abyss is. And holy crap, that's the one where you have to stay on the top level, otherwise you get cut off like no one's business. And you just can't do anything about it. Oh, I caught on fire. There's not too many times you can actually use your top speed, because there aren't enough straightaways. So, what I'm trying to say is, catching my engine on fire by leaving my turbo on was planned. Ooh, whoa. Again, because these videos are so long, I never remember what I've already talked about, but this is an original N64. So you're seeing that I think I definitely did talk about this already. But there are plenty of videos on YouTube already of people playing this on the Nintendo Switch, where it's basically emulated, so the graphics are technically better. But for me, since I've got the original hardware, that's what I'm playing it on. I remember how the controller feels, or I guess it's coming back to me how the controller feels, and how to actually play this game. My thumb is I'm already losing skin on my thumb. Oh, I got passed up. No way. Buddy. Sometimes you gotta slow down to be fast. I gotta focus. That guy passed me, and we are at the back end of lap 3, the final lap. There we go. You ain't beating me. 58 seconds was better. My third lap was even worse because I crashed. You had to respawn, I guess. Yeah, so you'll find videos that look better. There's, all the edge, the pixels are, all the pixel peeping and all that stuff. Not that you even have to pixel peep. It clearly looks better on the Nintendo Switch. But that's not the point. The point was being able to put these cartridges in one day they're not going to work anymore. And that's going to be a day. But I'm able to put these cartridges in myself and experience it the same way I did when I was a kid. The only difference here is probably the screen in front of me. I have to set the aspect ratio on my monitor as opposed to using the I have a CRT TV over here behind me. That's the real way to play. No other way for me to record this though, other than doing it this way. So it will never look the way it does if you're using a real CRT TV. By comparison, there is no comparison. Where are we now?
The current record holder for this track is Neva Key.
I also noticed, maybe I'm wrong, you guys will let me know in the comments, the music that's being used for this, other than Duel of the Fates at the beginning, like in the start title screen, is all the old music from episodes 4 through 6. Because they didn't have, they didn't have it all by this time. Also, not to mention the fact that this is the N64 did not have the capabilities to have like the fully orchestrated music. So what you're listening to is, at least I think, is the lower bit version of a lot of this music. And it sounds good, but there's not enough data in this game to be able to play it at all times. So I think what they opted for is just the one song on lap 3 and sound effects. So that, I guess that's a little tidbit. We were talking before about how whoa, giving you guys little tidbits. I think that's one of them. So there's no music in laps 1 and 2 of any of these. You only hear it on lap 3, the final lap, and I'm pretty sure it's the same music every time. It never changes. So there are essentially only 2 John Williams tracks on this entire game, at least on the N64. Maybe that's different on the Switch. I don't know. And I know there was the PC version came out, and interesting. That would be an interesting thing to look up. If any of you guys know, write it in the comments. Let me know what your experiences are with different versions of this game that isn't the N64 version. This is the original version that came out. There just wasn't enough data to hold all the information, or enough storage space on an N64 cartridge to hold all that information. That must have changed. I think the Dreamcast had a version of this game. I don't know where I'm going. Whoa. That's a big tank. So yeah, the intro to every level has its own little 10 seconds of music. And then there's only one song that cycles on the final lap of every track, and it's the same song, I believe. And then the title screen has Duel of the Fates. Is that about right? That's it. There's nothing else in this game in terms of the audio. I'm gonna hit this stupid tank again. Okay. There's 3 of them. So only sound effects. I think something similar happened in like different copies of like this happened back in the day with like Mortal Kombat, I remember, where the Sega Genesis version didn't have like all the music or voices. The only voice it had was the "Get over here, I'm Scorpion." Now I'm rambling about different games, but it goes to show you that these games, on very little memory storage space for cartridges, we created so many memories, you know? And now these games, these new games, they can have ultra high definition, 4K visuals, amazing music, And there are some good games, to be honest. I'm not just lambasting all the games, but a lot of them are just soulless, empty, vapid. There's nothing to them, you know? Big open world games, they can be great, and then at some point it becomes a task. It becomes cumbersome. And that's why fast travel is a thing in a lot of games. It's like, if this was truly just an open world thing, and you wanted to explore, then you wouldn't need fast travel. But guess what? Eventually you get tired of that shit, don't you? So maybe that's one argument for why something new necessarily isn't going to be the best thing. Sometimes you just want to load up a game and just start playing. You don't want to have to deal with 4-hour-long tutorials. You don't want to have to be invested in a storyline. Unless you like that stuff, that's fine. I've played plenty of games that I've got hundreds of hours in. But I think just as I've gotten older, that's sort of changed. Sometimes you just want to plug in and play. And that's why I think all these retro games are coming back, because a lot of them were just like one menu, one button, get in and play. And then the experience for multiplayer was the same thing, you know? Everyone is online now, which is fantastic. But I remember doing split screen, you know, 4 of us on one tiny TV, and it was just the best time of our lives, wasn't it? And that's not really the case anymore. Don't get me wrong, it's opened up a lot of opportunities for other people to be social in their own way. But it has changed. The feel of it is different now. Ooh, what a turn that was. That was a high-speed turn. So if you drift and use the brake, you can kind of whip yourself around a corner. Everyone masters the drifting in racing games. If you are interested in live streams, I don't just play these retro games. I do also play. I've been playing a lot of Halo. Halo Infinite, the very last update came out the other day. That was November 18th. And we did a live stream. I say we, my fire team and I, and we all just joke around. We play, we joke around a lot, and it's a lot of fun. So join us every Wednesday at 6:45 p.m. Central. I do live streams for Halo Infinite, but as that game winds down, well, it's been winding down for a long time, but now it's really on the last update. I'll have to start doing some more arena social gaming, as opposed to always doing ranked. Or just switch out games completely. Do you guys like this stuff? You know, I need to have audience feedback for this type of stuff. I can do live stream on games like these and have you guys in the chat ask me questions about stuff. I would absolutely love to do that if I get enough responses, comments, things like that, likes. Get more subscribers telling me what they like. We would absolutely do that. I'm going to be doing runs of like Zelda, Ocarina of Time, everyone's favorite, my favorite game of all time. And I love the new games for Zelda as well. I'd be doing all of those, but like that would be a massive thing to try to do, like Breath of the Wild. All right, let's see let's go to the junkyard. We haven't been to the junkyard in this video yet. All of these are bad. Okay, repair. What do we have here? Let's see what else we got. I don't quite have acceleration, do I? No, there's not much in here.
Change your mind.
I'm gonna need 14 grand to do that, so I may hold off. What do we have for acceleration? Nope.
Outlanders, they come here. How do they find me?
You have to give up something to
Here,
get
they mess
better
up my store. Hey!
acceleration. You can't just max out everything. It takes more than that. Alright, we'll leave it where we are. And we'll go back and start the next race. Alright. Looks like a beach. Look at the waves coming in.
The current record holder for this track is Neva Key.
Neva Key. This is a new planet altogether. I don't think this was in the first one. So you have a few surprises, I guess. You start off with that. That's a very loud, squeaky sort of noise. I believe that was Neva Key. Is that the, it always tells you who's like the home track or whatever. Ooh. Don't hit a palm tree. Or a face statue. Ooh. There's that beach coming in. The tide. Woo. You gotta really drift and brake to get around these. Oh man. Alright. But so do my opponents, so. Whoa. Oh, I forgot there's a mirror mode on this. I vaguely remember which direction to go in. I mean, other than looking at the map, I mean. Keep one eye on the map and see the turn that's coming up ahead. But there's a mirror mode where everything is just reversed. As all good racing games have. Oh man. Pillars. Hitting everything. Hitting everything. There we go. Saw a little 3 on the way. All the turns so you can see who's behind you and who's... If you can lap anyone, that's incredible. Oh, you saw 12 or 10. Oh, there's no way I'm getting through this level without crashing my whole pod. Like setting it on fire. This is a good long straightaway here. There we go. Set it on fire. Do a quick repair. You don't get too many straightaway chances in this track, so that's why I'm burning up my pod racer engines. You can hear the air brakes hissing because you cannot get around these turns without slowing down. Alright.
Come on, come on, come on, work! It's working!
If I remember correctly, if you finish a level and you're not all in the green on like your repairs, like if you finish and it's like red hot or whatever, don't you lose some stats that your pit droids have to like recover? I haven't paid enough attention to like the lines, like when you go buy parts, if that's what it does or not. So you definitely want to go in to the finish line with a not completely broken pod racer.
It's working. It's working.
Yeah. You hear me mashing the buttons over here. Did I show you guys my N64 controller? I'll have to show you in between laps. I can't obviously show you the cartridge because my camera is up in front of me in a fixed spot. And I have my N64 in like a cabinet underneath me. I'm sitting at my desk here. Ooh. But just to show you that I am running this on original hardware. Otherwise, it wouldn't look this crappy. The 4x3 image here you're looking at is not the greatest. But it is what it is. And I would not have it any other way. Whoa.
Come on, come on, come on. Work. It's working. It's working.
I don't think anyone's catching me this time. They are there on the map, the little yellow dots, that's them. I like the sound effect for the repair. Just a little, that. Just a little beep, digital beeping sound. Lots of greens and blues and browns in the
Come on, come on,
in
come
the
on.
colors
Work.
for this game.
It's working. It's working.
There's like a screaming seagull or something. I don't know. It happened twice. You heard it. Whew. Hey, don't crash when there's... They are right behind me now. One bad move and that could be disastrous. At least in terms of getting first place. There it is. So this is... I think I showed this already, but that's a real N64 controller. So, you know, it's cabled in. I've even got my... I don't think this game needs a memory pack. It just uses the expansion pack or even just the memory of the cartridge. Because the cartridges save... Yeah. The cartridges save your data. But you had to have that memory. In other games, you had to have that memory card. And by card, it's, you know, a block that goes in here. Anyway, that was Rats... Was it Rats Tyrell? Neva Key, yeah. It's like a bat-looking person. Alien. Alright. Last race on the semi-pro pod racing circuit. Yeah, look at those, looks like Slide Paramita was the fastest one because that's my old records there. The 3-lap record and the best lap record. Let's go. Oh, I should have more money. Can I get that top speed increase or my acceleration? No, I need 14. Oh, I can get it. What should I do? Acceleration? Yeah, I think acceleration. Top speed's not so important, especially if you're going around twisting turns and stuff. You want to be able to accelerate around turns more than you want a very high top speed. You want to have a nice balance. If you've got no turning and a high top speed, you're freaking Bowser in Mario Kart, right? He's got a lot of weight and his top speed is high, but you're not going to ever reach that top speed unless you hit a straightaway. In this game, I feel like you're not fighting the other racers so much as you are just trying not to hit the obstacles. Really. You know, you don't have weird power-ups like in Mario Kart where you can destroy the opponent. You can be in 12th place and still make it to first. That's not the case here. You pretty much just, if you drive well, you've got it. This is a cool track. Definitely looks different to oh, it looks like Malastare, but it's daytime, the one with all the green stuff. I don't think it is, but ooh, that's steep. I don't know where I was going there. Yeah, it looks like the one with all the green stuff at night, which is where one of the tracks I remember is Sebulba's. Like one of his favorite tracks, apart from the famous Tatooine Boonta Eve race. But this looks like it's during the daytime instead, and it's got... No, I remember these tunnels. No, this is not Malastare. Oh, that thing almost split me in half. I think if you hit it right down the middle, you go into two separate pieces. Which is cool, because your engines get split apart. I can't remember if the sound effect changes. As you get faster, your boost sound also sounds different. Like it's a higher pitch. You'd have to compare it to like in part 1 of this video playlist. In your first race, the boost does not sound as impressive. But we're getting faster now. Someone type in the comments what's the highest top speed they've seen so far in this video. We've probably have we hit 800? Not quite, maybe 750. I'm not sure. It has to be a long straightaway for me to hit that top speed. Now it looks like 740, 745. Ooh. So I do have playlists for all the other, well, not all the other. I have quite a bit of Star Wars because I'm a big Star Wars guy. I've done Star Wars Battlefront from 2004 on the original Xbox. Star Wars Battlefront 2 also on the Xbox, which is a lot of people's favorite. I've done the newer Battlefront 2, where I've done not only multiplayer, but also like the campaign run with Iden Versio. That is a fantastic game. And Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which was the official game of the movie back in 2005, where you get to play as Anakin and Obi-Wan as Jedis, and you pretty much scene for scene recreate, plus some, the movie. Ooh, that opened up that time. I'm getting some frame drops there. Ooh. So there are little secrets. I haven't done it so far. If you pop in through here, you get a little bit of a shortcut. Am I going this way? Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Ruined my shortcut. If you double tap R, you can taunt. So I haven't been doing that. He fumes, Wormo. At this point, I'm just trying not to crash out. Finish the race. I also have other N64 games that I've done. So far, I have not done... Whoa, I got something in my throat. I need some water. I've done other Nintendo 64 games like Super Smash Bros., the original. I've done run-throughs of Star Fox 64. What a great game. People really love Star Fox 64. It is one of my favorites personally. So check out run-throughs of those. I do all the different routes that you can take. You know, the real boss ending of Andros versus the robot fake ending. All of that. I talk about all that stuff in separate run-throughs of the game itself. And I tell you all the secret ways to go and things like that. And I will also be doing, like I said, I'll probably do Ocarina of Time eventually, and that's going to be sort of a longer game. That might be several parts, and I don't know how I'll divide it up. Maybe by temple. But that would be really cool. All of these games I just haven't played in so long, but once I get back into them, I remember them like the back of my hand, especially Ocarina of Time. I think it took me several years before I actually 100%ed it. We didn't have, you know, online stuff to try to figure all this stuff out. This was back in 90, like, online existed, but people use like strategy guides and basically talking to other friends of theirs who finished the games. Like, oh, did you know this? You put a bomb here in it. And that's how you get into this part, or this is what you need to do, or I don't know where to find all the gold skulltulas. Like, that was just impossible. But anyway, I like to be able to comment on that stuff while I'm playing the game, let you guys know from my point of view back when I was growing up playing these games, and you had to either figure that stuff out or you just didn't progress in the game. That's just how it was. Almost crashed.
Work!
Ooh,
Come on,
smack
work!
that.
Come on, work!
Slowing myself down. Man, this is 8 minutes of this track alone. Big circle here. Look at the audiences. How many millions of people would that need to be? If you're traveling at 600 whatever miles per hour or kilometers per hour or parsecs per week, who the hell knows? That much audience along the side? That's crazy. The Star Wars universe. Okay, who do we have here? It doesn't tell me by name. I think that's... I don't know who that is. Rats Tyrell? I don't know. I keep saying Rats Tyrell. Tyrell? Arc Bumpy Roos. Okay.
Fastest pod racer in the galaxy.
There you go. That's the second circuit.
Skywalker.
I will make a third video of the third and final circuit, and then the holy hell that is the fourth invitational, which is not a full circuit. It's the circuit that's got the abyss level that I told you about that I still to this day haven't beaten. And it's been that long. And if I'm honest with you, it's probably not gonna happen. But it will be good to try and to show you. So this has been, I guess we'll call this part 2, circuit 2. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. You get sent to this invitational, and for each one, oh, is there another one? Let's see. Okay, so we did the amateur pod racing circuit, and we've done the semi-pro. That's what we just finished. We have the galactic pod racing circuit. That's another full 7. Then we have this invitational, and I have not unlocked 3 and 4 yet. Yeah, that's the abyss. And then one of these is like Sebulba's Legacy or whatever. And it won't let you tab over until you finish the race. So, all right, I think we will stop this video here and come back for part 3. Subscribe. You'll see more tomorrow. I try to put these videos out daily. So, join me in the next one. See you then.